There is 9 grams. So you guys, I have received a pod from Earl, Canada, from Earl's Ghost. A lot of you guys have seen, you may have seen that video recently. I think I did it yesterday, the day before. And there's some really cool ones in there. There's some really great looking pods in here, you guys. Some really cool, this is one of the coolest stingers I've seen on a Reaper in a really long time. So Earl's got some really great pods he's grown. Another great, this is a Primo. Look at that stinger on that nasty thing. So there are really some cool pods he's grown. But the one that intrigued me the most was the question mark. So we're going to eat the question mark today. All right. So let's pull the tag off this question mark. Turn my scale off. So this is about a 9 or 10 gram pod. Kind of showed you guys on the YouTube channel. You guys on Facebook didn't see it, but I kind of took the camera over. No aroma to the outside of the pod whatsoever. Can you guys not tell that I'm like in love with this knife? I mean, I'll tell you, the fact that it's just cool and looks like a work of art. Look at the handle. It's just such a cool blade, but the fact that this blade was a leaf spring, it was a shock absorber. You know, leaf spring, there are shocks with like the bushings that you can see them do this. Then there's old ones that have leaf springs. It's like reverse, and when they hit a bump, it bends the wrong way, and that's why they come back. This was made with a leaf spring of a World War II Willie. So I just think that's about the coolest thing in the world. You know, another cool thing about the Philippines is one of their main transportations is something called a jeepney. And in World War II, it was one of their utility vehicles in the war. Wow, it smells hot. And after the war, they recommissioned them and did a lot of work on them. And the jeepney, which is the big tattoo I have right here, it's a picture of a jeepney, which is really cool. I don't know if I ever described the jeepney to you. On my arm, it's got a jeepney. I'm in the back. Sammy's driving the bus. I think he's driving the bus. Not quite sure. 2 people in front of me, and our heads are peppers. We're pepper heads. And I'm in the very back, right near my armpit, holding my guitar out the window. It's pretty cool. But, boy, oh boy. You guys want to see something ugly? You know, let me just do another quick intro fast because I think I stopped the YouTube camera and started it. In case I forgot, I'm Johnny Scoville, this is Chasetheheat. Not that I forgot, but I stopped the camera and I reached up to show you the whatever. I'm going to show you something wicked scary. You guys know, you guys are in the know. We're chili heads. You guys know that there's not a lot of, the only heat that's on a seed is the oils that happen to surround the outside of the seed. If you wash that seed off and chew the seed up, you're not going to get any heat. I don't care what people tell you. I really don't. However, most of the heat is in what we refer to as the placenta, which is the pulpy stuff. You guys see that? That's where I was yesterday. I was cooking dinner, whacked myself on the stove, blood thinners, it happens. Anyhow, you know that the heat's in the placenta, right? I want to show you guys something. I'm going to hold it up for the Facebook fans, the YouTube family, and then I'm going to just let you take a look at it for a while, because take a look at this placenta and tell me this doesn't look a little scary. When was the last time, this is for Facebook, the Facebook family, you guys all see that? Wait till you see this, guys, on YouTube. Are you ready? When was the last time you saw a placenta that thick on any pod on this show? I'm just being serious with you. Man, oh man. It's just pulpy and thick and I'm telling you something. You know what this reminds me of? I think it was, you know, Dave Miner can tell you better. The #1 video I ever made was me close to panic mode. I had I think it was a BTR, maybe it was a bootless Scorpion. Cut the top off it and poured this tincture with alcohol with tons of like capsaicin in it and did like a shot and ate the pepper. Do you guys remember that? I swear to you that this pepper smells exactly like that one did. I'm having a flashback to that night. You know what I'm doing right now, you guys? Sorry, stalling a little bit. This smells insane. You know what take a look. The placenta is so thick, I can't even see the inner lining of the wall of the pepper. It's just blocking the view. You can't see anything but placenta there. I can't even see if it's shiny on the inside because it's so pulpy. But Anyway, we're going to give this a shot. Enough with the stalling, my apologies. I'm Johnny Scoville, you guys, and this is Chase the Heat. Thank you, Earl. Dave Vanderplug said, "Show us oils." There was the placenta was lining it so bad I couldn't, unless I cut it and like peeled it back. I couldn't even show you the lining of the pepper wall. But this is the second bite. It's hot already. I guess you guys are all guessing what the weight's gonna, what the scale's gonna be. I'll tell you in a minute. Oh. Sorry. I got seeds all over the place. You know, like forensic scientists with like CSI crime scenes, they go into a house like this DNA here. They came into my house, they just say, this dude had a problem. This guy's a pepper fool. Every DNA we found had a seed near it or something, that's what they'd say. Anyway, let's talk about the heat. The heat, it's first of all, you know what's great? What I'm really pleased about this pepper, excuse me, Earl, there was relatively, I shouldn't say no, there was very little floral. That's the nice thing. Very, very little floral. Had some bitterness, which I can tolerate some bitterness, I don't mind that too much. My inside of my lips, the inside of my lips are burning. Slow down, slow down. This isn't the speedway. You see that, you guys? Man, if my kids lived here, I'd be throwing rocks at cars like that. Anyhow, my lips are burning. My tongue is burning. Pretty good tongue burn. Not that stinging burn like a habanero, but just like a ghost pepper burn. As far as the flavor, you know, I'm getting definitely some scorpion in there. But I'm telling you, it smells like very close to some BTRs and some bootless scorpions, I mean. Hot. I don't mean to bore you guys. I know you're watching me like, oh, it doesn't look hot. This is like bad hot, you know? Got some ideas in the future. We'll have like literal non-chili heads sitting down who have the stones to try to eat a pepper like that, and we'll have you see the difference. But this is like really, really hot. I'm just boring, you know? I'm not going to have snot come out my face. I'm not going to drool or spit. I'm not going to vomit. I'm not going to swear. I'm just telling you, this is like really, really, really hot. If you're like, man, if you're a chili head and you're like, your peak is like a habanero, if you ate this, like you'd be like trying to figure out quickly what to do to remedy the problem. I'm just being honest with you. It's really hot. It's a hot pot. Heat's moving back to my throat now, which is kind of reaperish. I don't know if it's peaked. It has. It's peaked. But it's a hot pot. It'll be like a probably a 4, maybe a 5 for me, maybe midway. And I only say that because I know that on my scale of what I see, that's how you drive through my neighborhood, like that person right there. I know that with my scale, I'm about here. If I start here and here, I'm about here. I know I can take about whatever I've got in my, I can take twice as much. So it would be like a 5, you know, for me. Gonna be a 10. This is gonna be a 10 for a non-chili head. And the funny thing about it is, if you're really a non-chili, I shouldn't say that. It might be a 10 for like someone who eats heat. I mean it. I realize I've been saying it wrong for almost 2 years. Thursday is the 2-year anniversary. I have something special planned for you. Okay. I know I told you guys I wasn't going to do any challenges for a while, but my beard might be in 3 on Thursday. Just saying. But what I was going to say was, if I think my scale may be a little odd, and here's why I say that. If you're a chili head, if you eat chilies, and this is something you're into, that's just going to be about a 10 for you. I really believe that. But if you're a non-chili head, you're really somebody who does not chase heat, it's not in your forte, it's not what you do, then this would be so much. I mean, I think if that's the person you are, that a habanero would be a 10 for you. Do you know what I mean by that? And if a habanero would be a 10 for you, that pot I just ate would be like, it'd be like a night you would just probably never ever forget. You'd probably talk about it for years and years to come. It's just a hot pot. But the best part about it is a super hot pot. One of the problematic flavor profiles that come along with super hot pots, as you guys all know, are, excuse me, that's a pepperbird. Wicked pepperbird. Floral and bitter. I don't mind bitter so much. You take it. Floral. No bueno. Earl says he'd have tears about it. I got no tears. It's a hot pod, though. It's not a joke. I mean, good weight. You know, when you get a pod that big, it was, that big, a 10-gram pod. Let me give you an example. Let me see something here, just for a sec, just for grins. Zero out my scale. So this is a 15-gram pod. This is a 3-gram pod. This is 3 grams. This one here is 15. 3 grams here, 15 here. This is a hotter pod than this one, I promise you. This is a chocolate Primo Reaper combination. It's a combination of a Reapo, 7-pot Primo, and a Carolina Reaper in a chocolate variety. This is looks like a Scorpion. 3 times the size. This is going to be a hotter pod than this one. This would burn you more than this one would. I really believe that, because this has so much more oils in it, so much more substance, I mean, it's 3 times the weight. If you're even if you're like a seasoned chili head, this would burn you, but I'm just here to tell you, this would probably give you more discomfort overall than this would. Because this thing is teeny, and this thing is not. So the pepper I just ate was a pretty formidable pepper. It was 10 grams, pretty weighty, not a little pod by any stretch. Dave Vanderplug says, have Phil come over and try one. Spoke with Phil today. Sorry. Spoke with Phil today, and he's going to be over, I think Wednesday. I'm going to shoot, my dad's going to come over, and so is Phil, and we're going to shoot a video Wednesday with my old man and Phil at the same time. That would be good. Excuse me. Also this week we're doing the evening with Mama Scoville. I think probably Thursday we'll be shooting that. I don't know, I think I'll do it live, although my mom, I work without a net. This is working without a net. I'm live with you guys. Having my mom off screen is scary. I don't know what she's going to say, so I might want to, I might do that, like film it and then upload it after. We'll see. My mom has no filter whatsoever, 0 filter. She just says what's on her mind. And some of those questions you guys have asked, I've got them all printed off, names, so I'll give you guys credit for who asked the question. But some of the questions you guys asked, I just know my mom, and she's just not going to, there's no fluff in my mom at all. She's just going to say what's on her mind, so that ought to be interesting. John Darcy asks, how do you work through the initial panic when eating a hot pot pepper? I ate a homegrown ghost pepper. It lasted 45 seconds before reaching the relief the other night. 45 seconds? It's pretty quick. Do you need minutes? Because 45 seconds isn't a very long burn. John, here's the deal. I don't get panic mode too often because I eat pods so often. I know it's going to happen. I think panic mode happens when you're somebody you kind of like. You try Tabasco, and then one day somebody says, hey, there's a Reaper. You want to try it? And you're like, hey, I'll do it. That's when panic mode, when you don't know what to expect. I said this, I think it was yesterday or recently on a video. Panic mode to me comes when something you're eating is so much hotter than you thought it was going to be, and your brain goes into that spot. It stops for a second, and it goes, wow, how much worse could this get? And you just go to that spot where like, oh my God, this could get worse, and you start to panic. I don't get like that. I mean, first of all, I want it to get worse. I want it to burn. That's why I don't drink milk. That's why I drink water. Water does make it worse. If you guys eat peppers, next time your mouth's on fire, have a glass of milk next to you, have a sip, see what it does to you. Then have a glass of water next to you and have a sip of that and see what that does to you. I drink water for a reason. Anyhow. But panic mode's neat. You know, I live for that panic mode. I've only had it like half a dozen times. On my channel anyway. But you guys have all seen it. You guys know which ones, you know which videos they are, where it's like, you know, yeah, there's probably 10. There's 100 challenges I've done. I bet you 10 of them I've been pretty close to panic mode, I would say. Anywho. Anyway, you guys are awesome. I appreciate it. We're going to wrap this thing up right now. It's getting dark here. It's not, but usually in the summertime, the sun's over there. It's just kind of weird now. But anyway, it's getting dark, so I'm going to wrap this thing up. Thank you, Earl, for sending me the question mark. Appreciate that pod. So here's what we're going to do. You'll see a link in the description box. If you have not tried Earl's Ghost sauces, look, his pods are neat. He's grown some fiercely hot pods that have hurt me in the last few days. You guys have seen many of the videos. And while they were great, I think his greatest thing that he offers the chili community is his sauces that he makes. He makes great sauces, and a lot of them from the peppers he grows. So, what I want you guys to do, if you have tried his sauces already, go to the comment section, say so, let me know what you think of it. I know you'll think, yeah, he's right. They're great sauces. From mild to crazy hot, everything in the middle, a variety of kinds, so he's got something that you'll like. If you're one of those people who says, I'm sorry, I don't know what it is, I need to eat a hot pod, then go to the description box, click the link for Earl. He can see, he has a surplus of pods right now. I saw you post that the other day. Surplus of pods. So you can go to him and get some pods right now, and you can burn your face off. Thank him and me when you do it. Thanks for hanging out with me today. It means the world to me. You guys stick around. We'll do question answer for a little bit. Right here, that's the pepper. Click that pepper, and it becomes our pepper. If you haven't yet, it's mine, and it's ours. Click it and be part of the family. If you don't want to miss a video, click the bell for notification after you click the pepper, and we'll do just that. We'll notify you when we upload new ones. Love you guys a lot. Thanks for hanging out with me. There is no Johnny Scoville, and there is no Chasetheheat without each and every one of you, and I do know that. Love you guys a lot. I'm Johnny Scoville. This was Chasetheheat.